Scottie.
And I'm James.
And this is the Scottie and James Show. Today we're going to analyze King Lear by William Shakespeare, which was this month's Book of the Month.
I would just like to point out that reading Shakespeare was easier with the help from our sponsors at SparkNotes.
Absolutely. So basically the plot of the story starts off when King Lear decides to retire. And he wants to get rid of his kingdom and divide it up among his three daughters, Cordelia, Goneril, and Regan.
Which doesn't matter because they all die at the end anyway.
Yes, this is very true. You know what? It's time for a sponsor break. And enjoy the refreshing taste of Coca-Cola.
I'm a Pepsi guy.
Well, hello, is this thing on? Is anybody listening? A brand new day has begun. Come on, let me off, it's a brand new day. Open up a little happiness today. So I can be someone new. So I can be someone new.
Speaking of everybody dying, it is important to realize that dying isn't just a physical act.
That's right. Dying takes an emotional and sometimes physical toll on others. That's why death isn't taken lightly.
You think my life is easy? That I have it easy? That I have it easy? Best years of my life? My problems are trivial, right? Nothing is trivial. It's not the same as it was when you were young. I want you to understand when you were young. I want you to understand. It's just not the same.
Hello, I'm here with Edgar, everyone, one of the only surviving members of the story of King Lear. And according to Foster, death is used as a plot device to further along the story. And in this case, you told your father Gloucester that you were actually yourself instead of poor Tom. This caused Gloucester to die. Do you have any regrets or feel bad that you told him that you were actually you?
Well, no. I believe that he died respectfully and knowing the truth, and that he died with a sense of inner peace.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You too.
That's Edgar, everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. One of our special guests today is the main character of the subplot of King Lear, the blind guy who sees it all, Gloucester, everybody! So, hello, Gloucester, how are you?
Well, okay, it's a little bit rough getting here. You know, in heaven, they don't have any braille signs. I ended up getting stuck in a ladies' room once or twice. How I met Helen Keller. Nice girl. Too bad I never saw her again.
So, Gloucester, how did it feel when you were initially blinded?
Well, you see, my first thought was, crap, no more Super Bowl commercials. But, you know, after a while, I gained a new perspective and was able to see everything. That's when I learned of Edmund's deceit.
And how did this learning of Edmund's deceit and betrayal towards you, how did that make you feel?
Well, it made me regret not leaving him on a basket outside his mother's house. But, you know, in all seriousness, learning that Edgar had been innocent the whole time hurt because of all the stuff I did to him. You know, banishment, signing his death warrant. I felt terrible.
Well, and now I really want you to think.
I don't know.
How do you think your death impacted the story of King Lear?
Well, that's a tough one. Although my role was mainly in the subplot, it did lead to some events that was in the main plot, you know. When I was blinded, I initially lost my hope. You know, I didn't want to continue on any longer. It was a pretty low point in my life. Then I came to realize that, you know, I could carry on. And then when poor Tom revealed to me that he was actually Edgar, you know, I was excited. I was joyous, but then I was also sad that, you know, I had let Edmund come between us, and, well, my heart couldn't take it, quite literally. I groped. And, although I was finally at peace with myself just before my death, I set in motion many things. For instance, my death added to the conflict between Edgar and Edmund, which allowed for Edgar to slay his brother. And then with Edmund gone, they were able to save Lear from being hanged. Poor Cordelia, though, she was such a nice gal. Too bad I didn't die sooner. Oh well, such is life.
So, any last words or remarks before you go?
Not really.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Gloucester, the blind man who sees it all. Give him a round of applause. And we'll be right back after these messages.
These swords are the best for killing anything. Buy these quality swords right now. You'd be cutting yourself if you didn't have these swords.
We have all sorts of swords, blades, knives, daggers, and even the rare lightsaber. So come and get your killing device today.
We're back. Now the moment you have all been waiting for. The man, the myth, the legend, King Lear.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome, Lear. How has it been?
Well, apparently my death has come as a shock to many. My death actually began in a metaphorical sense when my evil daughters kicked me out of their homes and banished me from the kingdom.
And you got all that out of how's it been?
I was humbled, humiliated, and left alone in the wilderness in the pouring rain with a philosophical fool and that new guy that looked a lot like Kent. Well, anyway, I was experiencing the 2 stages of death. The first stage, denial, was when insanity took over and I refused to believe that I could die. But then, I experienced the second stage, when Cordelia rescued me and she forgave me. And then I finally accepted the fact that I was going to die. And, however, her premature death eventually did cause my actual death.
How's it been is kind of like a conversational starter. Like how's the weather?
Anyway, my death was used to bring a sense of closure to the book. I know there are some people out there who need a happy ending in their stories.
Speaking of happy endings, that's all the time we have. Join us next time when we interview Barack Obama and ask the question that's on everyone's mind. Mr. President, where is your real birth certificate? Good night, everybody.